Okay, going to talk a bit about the drip tray here. This is the drip tray. Very simple. One removable piece, and I keep my finger on the metal piece so that I can empty it into the sink, because that's the only other piece that's going to fall out. Very easy to clean. Very easy to clean for your coffee pucks. Here's the discarded old coffee. One nice feature I like, I'll take the silver bit out, is there's a little float here. Now, Melitta have all sorts of systems to work out when the drip tray is full, but I like it when a company's not arrogant about things. They've realised that sometimes systems don't always work. Sometimes they're going to let you down. And when they do, there's nothing like having a little red warning float pop up. You know, some companies assume they're perfect and don't have a warning float, and the first you're going to know about it is when water's running from underneath the machine. The sensors they use, they've got little sensors everywhere on the machine. I don't know if they're optical or whatever they are, but they certainly know. I think they're optical, some of them are Hall effect. They know when the drip tray is removed and when it's replaced. The one time you could fool the system, I guess, is on any bean to cup, is if you remove the drip tray just to check something and then replaced it. Of course, machines are generally going to think you've emptied the drip tray, hence the float system is a handy safeguard. And Melitta's clever in this regard. I did try and fool it. I would remove the tray and put it back, and remove the tray and put it back. As long as I didn't do it for too long, the Melitta would say, oh, he's not emptied that tray. That's just been opened and shut, but it probably hasn't been emptied. And I did that when the tray was full and put it back, and another drink later it prompted me to empty the tray. So that's pretty clever. In fact, I've tried to break the Melitta systems in a number of ways. I've tried to have it do the rinse system when the tray isn't in place. You know, when you turn it off or turn it on in the morning, it rinses automatically and it won't do it. I've tried to take the brew unit out in the middle of the cleaning process and it still finishes everything. It's quite clever. They've programmed it very, very well. The tray's also pretty easy to clean. Just go around with a sponge. I use a brush, you know, a soapy brush, bit of dish soap, and go around it. It's very easy. And what I do with the case of the machine is a microfiber cloth and a bit of kitchen surface cleaning. Now the antibacterial type you can use with food, or just a little bit of detergent and give it a wipe, you know, and then with clean water and a dry microfiber cloth it comes up lovely. Now the last bit I want to talk about here were these buttons. It's an absolutely beautiful system to use, because unlike a lot of machines now, it's just got, I like them, they're nice tactile buttons. That might be my age, it might just be, you know, the generation I'm from. The screen is small but very clear, and it actually shows you different pictures of the machine for if the water tank needs filling, the drip tray needs empty. Very good on the guidance for removing the brew grip, little picture of it, or taking you through, hand holding you through any cleaning or rinsing process. Very, very good. These buttons are nice, they're clicky, they're tactile. I actually love the buttons. Now, its older brother, the Barista TS, has sort of touch screens and slide buttons, and I know some people like those, but they're okay. They work fine. But, you know, I'm old-fashioned. I like buttons. I've seen other machines, but little tiny thin buttons around the screen and multifunction, and I find those a bit awkward. I like a button where there's a function assigned to each button, and here you've got 6 drink functions, your double espresso button, your coffee strength button, up and down is amounts, and then the only button that's multifunction is your recipes and your menu. When you put recipes, you have a list of another 6 types of drinks it can do. Here you can actually see the recipes menu, and you can see the 6 drinks that are available. Each one of those recipes programmable. Each one of these buttons programmable, so you can vary the milk, vary the water, vary the temperature, do whatever you like. And then when you press and hold the menu button, it comes up with all your cleaning, maintenance functions, things like that. As you can see, you've got all the maintenance functions here, including a function called system, which will actually allow you to see the stats for your machine, how many shots you've produced, 535 in this case, how many times it's been cleaned, descaled, filter changed, whatever. What's really nice is if you want a double espresso, it's easy. Just press the 2 times button, press the espresso button. Now you might say, why is that important? And that's important because when I put 2 cups underneath the machine, it won't just push double the amount of water through the same coffee as I have known other machines to do. This will grind and push water through 2 individual shots, dividing them between the cups. So it is a true double function, double espresso function. If you're pressing for a single espresso, if you want to vary the strength, you have to do that first for any drink. Bean strength first. You have to. That's logical because obviously it's going to have to know how much coffee to portion, how much coffee to take in for grinding through. That's why you can't do that one afterwards. However, if you select your strength rather than the pre-programmed one behind this button, for example, then press for an espresso, it'll start grinding and preparing your drink. At any other time you can vary water or milk if it's a latte at the appropriate time just by pressing these up or down buttons, by reducing or increasing the water, or milk if it's happening to pour milk at that time. Really, really flexible. The other function, which again I've not seen on Bean to Cups, I love it on this, absolutely love it. If you're going to store the machine, you're going on holiday for 2 weeks, you're going to transport it, whatever, there's a function called venting. Fabulous, especially for a reviewer like me. You select it on the menu, you press venting, it heats up thermoblock inside the machine, it tells you to empty the tank, which you do, then you put the tank back empty, it then blows water through them and steam, it gets it really hot and just blows all the water trapped inside the channels within the thermoblock, inside the pipes, gets rid of it all and dries the machine so that you can then just take the dripper out and dry it, and it's all ready for transit. There's no water stored or left within the machine. Fabulous function. I've not seen it anywhere else. And lastly, the water tank here, one tip, I don't keep removing it and plugging it back in. I just use a jug, kitchen jug, and just tip it in. It's really easy to fill with a kitchen jug if you can, that's not a problem. Hope that's been useful.